right, welcome back. We are here just waiting for map number 2 to go live. It will be Overpass, but boy, oh boy, when we're all the way to the distance on map number 1 on Nuke, and I mean, I still can, I'm just taking it in a little bit here, Cuppa. I mean, I don't know about you.
taking in the view, be like, man, I'm glad to be here, and the players, I'm sure, regardless of how map number 1 went, what a fight, what a duke out. We talked of being a scrappy map on the side of Nuke, but that really was like a bar fight. It was so scrappy, and you didn't know what team was going to win. Not usually how a best of 1 goes, and especially for a team like High Coast, they've been cruising through what seems to be at the top of their game. And for RBG to step right up, I think the second season in Premier for them, and they're making look like they've been here the whole time, lads.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about RBG and just kind of how they've been, a big team and more of a new team, let's just say. I mean, compared to when you're comparing High Coast, I mean, RBG have been around for a very long time, but different divisions, of course, and it just makes it, like the David versus Goliath kind of situation. But I mean, they really brought the fight to High Coast, and I mean, for them, I would have been nervous. I would have been shaking in my boots a little bit, to be completely honest.
And that's it, isn't it? It doesn't mean just because you're in a league just below does not mean anything at all. It could mean that you've joined a new roster. It could mean that your team just had a bad season, and that does not define a team as a whole. Season 28, lads, from what I read up there on our RBG friends. So most certainly they've been around the block more than once or twice.
Yeah, they're a pretty cool team. I mean, in terms of just like, the progression from playing in all the divisions and just moving their way up. And then they were in advance for some time. And then they finally kind of make the big point where they're now in Premier and definitely making some big statements. And for me, like, yeah, they don't pick up the map number 1 win, but I mean, we still have 2 more maps that we could potentially go. But now this adds just a little bit more pressure for them pushing it on Overpass. And I mean, this was, if I understand correctly, this was High Coast's pick. So, when you're feeling pretty good and you win and you pick your own map, I mean, surely they might have something up their sleeves. I mean, I'm not sure.
I reckon so, mate. And the reason I reckon so, let's look at the stats for Overpass. And talking of CT-sided versus T-sided, you talked of Nuke obviously being a little bit more CT-sided, and 52.9 is what CT-sided says for HLTV with regards to Overpass. So I'd expect to see High Coast, if it is their pick and our calculations are correct from the back end, they'll be taking that CT side and trying to get that little bit of advantage they can to close this out on the 2-0. High Coast, just to give you that record update as well, 2-0s across the board for the 2 games, two sets of best of 3s they've played so far in Season 36. Just the 1 under the belt for RBG, and I do believe that was a 2-0 as well. Are they going to be able to get themselves back into this one, potentially make it that 2-1 scoreline? Pistol round underway here. Couple of frags, my name, Jordan Lads, Score TV on the ESL CSGO B stream. Hopefully a good one so far. And enjoying what we've got to put down from our pipes here. Big question, RBG or High Coast, lads?
It's a tough call. I mean, it's High Coast. I mean, like I said, they took RBG's map pick. They were the ones that wanted this map, so we'll have to see if they're still feeling pretty good. I mean, a little bit of stress relief from that map number 1 definitely came right down to the wire. We'll have to see what they have in store for us. But even now, RBG, like you said, they are going to be starting on that CT side. So we'll call it the slightest advantage, if we want to call it that. And we saw a few things that were a bit of a gap that happened on map number 1 from RBG. So maybe they had some time during that break to figure out, some of the little mistakes, those critical little things to transition into map number 2 now. But it will be Walco going to be starting things already off well, getting in that first entry, or that first pick, my apologies. And now it's leaving High Coast actually losing a little bit of utility as well. They have nothing to work with. All the players just have armor, so they're going to be able to get in the site. But now it is going to be a bit of a sandwich from RBG. They're coming in from long, they're coming in from bank, they're coming from everywhere.
They've got that pincer movement going, haven't they? Grouping up, the buddy system is in play, as we both most certainly love to see. This level of play, Premier, you're going to see that all over the joint. Talked of that solo mission, Hex coming in like James Bond, clicking one head. It's a 5 versus 3 here, and I really don't see if there's any way out of this. For High Coast. Talking of that, the Glock going to work! Absolute massive work coming in from Pawn alone. Padding his stats. Not going to be able to pad the round for the team, though. 1-0 RBG. Pawn alone. Glock Master right there.
Yeah, and he was the only one on their team that was actually picking up the frags that round. So, I mean, if anybody else could have, picked up a frag, that could have really just changed things around. But he's in such a tough position. I mean, he's stuck in just the other side of bathroom. And, I mean, he's trying his best to survive, and that's all it is. But he does take 3 players down, but it will be no harm, no foul against RBG. So now going to be going for the Famises, M4, bit of a mix by. Got the MP9s, of course. And even now you can see High Coast with that bomb plant. They're actually going to try to go for the big purchase here. They got the Galils having just been with the Deagle.
Super massive play here from High Coast, hoping they can get this one, scraggly as it may be, through the net. Galils and AK second, so risky, and surely, Les, RBG, they can't be expecting this.
As soon as we see the guns being shot from High Coast, RBG is going to be fully aware that they actually went for the force, so that could change the way that they're playing. And I mean, they are a little bit more aggressive, but Wiz, he is playing that aggro in the washroom, but it will be close by with Wolko. But he's not able to get that trade immediately, so he's going to try to creep on through it. Even pulling alone, you can see this. He's going to be able to creep on through, but he's not able to find this frag. But the shots from Ben, can it be enough? But it will be the pickup now, bringing it back to an equalized situation. 3-3 guns going to be obtained. AK in hand for Ben. And now only just an M4 remaining for Chop. They still have some utility that they can burn. Smoke going to be coming through. And even Hex going to be stuck inside of B short, holding the water. And even now High Coast going to be back, pedaling a little bit, getting ready for a B take potentially now.
High Coast might be hightailing themselves out of this round to the full rotation. The only option, really, they've got left in their repertoire, they've got a decoy, they've got a molly, so molly might be able to do something with a jiggle peek here from Hex. This could be the end of the round for them. The incendiary's down. 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds is going down that clock very, very fast. So High Coast, they need to get into the site a little bit quicker. 13 seconds remaining, but Chop, he's going to be able to take him down, but it will be Ben to find one, and the spray comes on through. Ben not able to get his teammates back, so he has to either force or go for this duel, but he goes for the risk. He thinks that he's going to push on through, and RBG, they go for the little bit of a footstep fake, and it definitely pans out very well. They live on that round on the slightest on their teeth, and now 2-0.
Oh, man. Getting anxiety watching that round. The stagger step. Who said practicing your stagger steps wasn't a good idea? Excellent work there from RBG. Not always about getting the frag. It's the fear that the frag is incoming. No frags incoming there for RBG at the end. The round will be, though. 2 rounds in the bag. And I'll tell you that, RBG, big pat on the back. That's a big round.
It's a big round, and Hex, he's able to only take down 1. He had the right positioning. So now High Coast are going to be able to push on into this site. Chop going to be right behind the barrels. He's able to get the bomb, and he's able to take more, and that's a nice cleanup that comes through RBG, making it a 3-0 already. Even the money situation now for High Coast, they might just want to go for the light pistol buy at this moment. See what they can make work of. I mean, but they were able to get into the site. It just wasn't able to get that bomb down for that money bonus.
Fortunate, and that is going to be a kick in the stomach for all of them there. Feeling a bit winded and just taking a step back. Deagle's in hand, the P250 in the hands of Pawn Alone. He's got his own agenda. Oh, wicked incendiary as well, catching that on the candy camera. Those kind of practice setups are going to be the difference between win and a loss. Hex grabbing 1 frag with the MP9, still choosing to hold on to those bonus weapons as well and enrich that economy a little bit.
I don't know about you, but I mean, I think when I play, I mean, I love using the MP9. I feel like that thing is just absolutely destroys people. So, I mean, not the wrong call at all from RBG at this moment. And especially in a map like Overpass, a lot of close angles that they can use to their advantage if they want. But even right now, High Coast, they're just a very slow round. I mean, they only have pistols. So, I mean, again, this is kind of where they're just looking for what they can find. The more bodies they can take, the better. Get that bomb down, obviously the bonus. But even this is becoming a little bit more difficult. Wiz making this a little bit even more difficult. He's able to pick up 2, and that's going to be the spray on through. Hex, he's able to find the 1, just leaving it all down to DJ, but that will be that. And RBG really taking that map 1 loss into good benefits for them as they're up 4-0 now.
Bringing the A game into Overpass, and I believe what you said, this is High Coast pick, was it not?
Yes, I believe this was High Coast pick, as RBG picked Nuke beforehand.
So if that's the case, you've given CT side that slightly weighted side to RBG. Is that a mistake? Maybe High Coast regretted their decisions at this point. Definitely they've got the strats for days. but have they got the plays here? RCF coming through hot. See what he can clear. It's not going to want the MP9. It's still doing work.
Yeah, this is just looking like High Coast is just not able to get any sort of control of the map at all. I mean, you see they were trying to go for a bit of a connector pinch as well as going through short, but you can see it was both Wolfie and Hex that were just right on close by. They get those duels, they win the exchanges, so now putting High Coast in a disadvantaged situation. Walco, he's going to be down to 12 HP, but High Coast now are going to be grouped up together, holding hands, going down the long way to the park past the wash closet. See what they can make work of. Op going to be in the hands of Pwn alone. Gets that shot as a jump from shot. Not what you want from RBG, but now they're just going to be able to pounce into this site, sink their teeth into this. They might be able to get the bomb down, and that allows them to get that post-plant situation. Wiz giving up his location now. Going to be inside of Washroom, has the EWP in hand. They're going to be able to plant behind the default box, trying to go for the spam. Not able to find anything yet, but now it's just leaving Wolfie by himself inside a spawn on the stairway, and this is now things are getting even more tense here, Cuppa.
The Lone Ranger, the Lone Wolf, hanging outside bank and garbage can. Which one? Is he going to be cashing in, or is he going to throw in the trash here for High Coast to take that potential first round 3-on-3? This flank from Ben, this could be awesome. This could be it.
Yeah, that is a big kill, and he's able to take down Wiz, and that's going to be the Opper. And High Coast, again, showing their performance. And we put them as, you know, a big favorite in the season, a big team to beat. And now they finally respond back, getting their first round in this first half. Map number 2 for anybody just tuning in here at Laz TV with Cuppa Frag for the Esea premiere.
Give you some juicy intel, but look into the stats. Love finding this information. Really helps you understand what to expect from these players. Good util use, though. We'll come back to that. Holding up will be Wiz from Party there, trying to get the party started early and get that info. Nothing to be seen just yet.
Bit of a guessing game now, so even High Coast, you can see they're going to be planted. They're not actually going to try to commit to anything yet. Playing the default setup. Slowly going to creep on through. Pwn alone, you can see the crab walk. He's creeping on through with the op. His teammate's going to be behind him now, so they're going to be able to get some sort of mid-control. And it will be Walco close on by again. Playing in the washroom position. And if he times this right, he might be able to catch these guys off guard, but he is able to get one, almost able to get the second DJ. Gets that trade, but it's going to be costly as he's down to 9 HP now. Back to the 4-and-4 situation. RBG, they have full HP. What is the plan here for High Coast?
DJ trying to mix things up, get the DJ plays into play. 4 versus 3, make that a 4 versus 2. So things have been turned around to RBG. They could be in that power position here. Really start to put a gap between the two. That's going to work with a wicked peak. Portalo still landing his shots, grabs the one. That low HP though, I think he might be over and done for this round. The save could be on the cards, but for Pawn alone, frags alone as well was what he's going for here. Here's the over at Optimus. He's got to be in that pinch mindset. I've got to save this, or I've got no choice.
Yeah, if that nade could have taken down Wiz, that would have allowed, he knew that the left-hand side of long A would have been cleared, so he knew that he would just have to look at Optimus and just kind of reduce the amount of angles and choke points that he has to worry about, but he's just not able to get that full damage, but should be able to survive with this AWP, which will work out. Still have 6,500 in the hands of DJ, still got 34, so the rifles can definitely be purchased with some utility for High Coast. But RBG, like I said, they're really taking that map 1 loss, and they're really just pushing on, pedal to the metal at this moment.
Yeah, this is Sparta the 300. Kick that door down. It's most certainly what RBG are doing right now, and that's what you need to see from a team that's in Premier. You've got this far. You've been climbing since season 28. They want to stay in the top of their game and make plays to talk about for years. Spray down. Talking of that, Chop. Head on the chopping block is going to be Ben. Big fragger in map number 1. Not for this round, though.
And even Walco now, he's going to be changing up his plan as well. He's been in washroom every single time, but now he's actually going to be able to push all the way down long A. This is good information. He might be able to catch this player off guard. He is, but he's just not able to land those shots. He does very little damage to Pwn alone. So a second life for Pwn alone. He doesn't lose that AWP. Wiz Going to be holding the tight angle with the op now in his hands. Ponalone going to walk right into it, but
Oh.
Ponalone, he wins that duel somehow. The walk peek, it works out completely well. And now Chop, chopping his way through the long B. He's trying to find something through the tunnel, but he's not able to make any of these shots work. And now, a little bit of a turn of the table moment now for High Coast, putting a little bit more pressure against RBG and their HP. Hex is already down to 17.
Seconds left and still in that 4 versus 4. You can tell, you can feel this is top tier play. Wolfie, he's got the biggest lone wolf possible. Not able to. Utah's going to help him out though. And puts us to that 2 versus 2 Hex. Good positioning. He might even be able to prevent the plant if he gets that cheeky peek, but opting that low HP. Looks like they're playing for the retake here.
Yeah, Walco needs to get out of this. Oh, I don't know if he actually spotted the back.
I think he did.
Oh, dude, he's not. He's just looking the wrong way completely. So now it's just down to RCF. He's done some big things, but he's completely blind. That's an amazing play that we see from Walco, the flash assist. That is so big. And the thing to note, and that's exactly what allowed them to pick up this next round. I mean, I'm just a little bit concerned. High Coast, is the gas already out of the tank at this moment?
I think so. That is the gas leak. I think there's a leak in the tank. See the team that we saw on the map of Nuke, and this not being their map pick and going off of that point and really banging it home. Dangerous to give your opponent that slightly weighted side, and you think, oh, does it matter? Does it play into effect? I'd say so right now. RBG not on their map pick. Apparently, they've got the ace in the hole, and it's going to be their CT side of Overpass. High Coast, they've been making the plays, they've been getting the frags, but somehow, some way, RBG, you mentioned it just now, that utility use, lads, phenomenal. There you go again, that incendiary. It is blocked off Gardens and Park already.
They're going to actually be able to push on through, but look at this Walco! He finds 2. Can he make it 3? No, but he's able to use the flash that comes from Wiz, and that just demolishes High Coast. They try to go for the mid aggression. They try to make something a little bit more work, but they're just not able to find any of these frags, and all of a sudden now, it's down to a 1-on-4 situation. High Coast really at the brinking point here where RBG could be pinging this up to 7-1, unless we see some individual performance, and already looking good, picking up 1. Can he find the second? He knows 1 player's close on by. Flash going to be in hand. He needs his gun out, but he's going to be able to find. No, he's only able to find 1 extra frag, but that'll be RBG. 7-1 now, Cuppa.
So, like a double peak coming out right to the last seconds by RBG. We're seeing that match pools. Would not be surprised if that's going to be the tactical timeout from High Coast. I'm shocked. They're shocked. And RBG, they're just laughing their way to the bank right now as CT. Turning this into what we thought was going to be that bulldozer session that High Coast didn't deliver in Nuke. It seems like the reverse sweep's coming through for RBG. They're really in this to win it. This could be a full best of 3 that we're going to see on our hands tonight.
Time will tell, but I mean, the way that we're seeing this, I mean, it just looks like the wind is completely out of the sails here for High Coast. And RBG, that second wind is just, it's absolutely prevailing. And now our High Coast, we just haven't been able to see any sort of reply. They've tried going through mid, they're trying to be a little bit more aggressive at B, and now even they have the Tech 9s, they got some utility. They might just try to see if they can get this bomb down. That's exactly what they need, but it's going to be 3 players that are going to be very close on by. So this is going to be a bit of a trap that they're running into. But it will be Wolfie, and next Hex, apologies, are going to be able to hold this down, and Wolfie sprays on through, but he's almost not able to make that work. But it should be the cleanup here. RCF, a Deagle in hand, smoke. No bomb. It's going to be down inside the site. He's completely pinched. He's stuck. His back is on the boards here, Cuppa.
Never down and out, these players. Just that lone Deagle, a little bit of armor, just looking to take at least 1 body into that body bag to the next round. RCF, highest ADIs that I've mentioned before we went into this matchup here for High Coast. He's going to have that soaring ADR and be aiming for the whole cake to eat here. 40 seconds. Yeah, I don't really see much to be said here. Tell you what though, that's a nice sapphire.
It is a nice skin to have. I mean, wish I had a cool knife like that.
Skins wins though. In this case, it will do. A double D, doubling down. He's got 25 seconds. This is so doable.
The timing was just off, but I mean, I talked about RCF, and he's definitely been a big fragger on this squad. And that's the reason why. I mean, give the guy a deagle. He can take down a few people with him. But that's a good amount of damage. I mean, you can see the money situation is just depleting a little bit here from RBG. They still have the ops, so no problem there. Definitely critical and crucial to have on a CT side, of course. But even now, we will have High Coast back on the rifles in their hands. Full utility. A desperate round that needs to come through in their end.
Building that momentum with those two deagles, I'm sure. The morale boost there. Forward High Coast, but the double peaks are going to be outplayed here in the turn. 4 versus 3, RBG, they're on the back foot for the first time in, I can't remember, in a lot of rounds.
Yeah, and this is a good play from Chop. So the fact that he's just staying alive, he's not trying to engage, just allows his teammates to get a little bit closer. You can see they're close on the connector now, so going to be able to throw the smokes, and he actually does land that frag against the IGL. Now bringing it back to the 3-3 situation. Bomb going to be planted for High Coast, so it's all about the post-plant situation. Both Ben or Ponalone, my apologies, going to be on top of the sandbags. He's using the smoke advantage, and he's able to find it. So now we have ourselves on a 1-on-1 duel. And Wiz, he's able to take down 2. Can he make it 3? He's sticking this defuse, and this is the wrong read, DJ, but he's able to get it just in time. And High Coast bring back a big round, a much-needed round, 8-2.
That cheeky play, the pros don't fake strategy, going for that stick of the defuse there. Not going to work for the hand of RBG. Got to respect it though. They took so many on the trot, so many rounds consecutive. High Coast have not given up, and they've managed to tail themselves back to that second round there and doubling up. Plenty of time as well to get themselves back into this half. See the up in the hands of course, it's going to be Ponalone.
What better player than Ponalone to have that in his hands?
Tell you what, actually, I looked at his stats really in depth. 188 ADR on average, 188 damage per round on average. Oh, Wolko though, doesn't even matter about Ponalone. He's got P250 to fight against. It's going to be in the form of Wolko going straight through.
That's just a big play. That was all individual play from Wolko. He used the little right-click flash. He's just able, he catches, I think that was DJ that was just looking at the wall. You could just tell he was full on blind. He was just praying that nobody's going to be able to take him down, but he was just completely exposed, a free frag. Not what you want. High Coast already losing 2 rifles. Only 1 rifle going to be picked up here for Wolko in his hands. But look at this. He's coming for the flank. He's looking for a little bit more, but it will be Bu that is able to find him, reads him like a book. So the little bit of the threat from Wolko will be taken down. Even now, what are they going to go for? You can even see it is just Ben. He's creeping on by. His teammates close by in Long B tunnel. But look at this. This is a 3-player stack, Cuppa.
This is going to be so problematic. Ben just trying to pry open that can. Can opener, just struggling with it. 20 seconds, no mistakes could be made here on the side of High Coast, and they're not going to be made. Bu's going to get 1 entry. The second coming in as well from Ben, a double from Ben. This is looking catastrophic, RPG.
The stack.
It just melted.
It's just not the stack, not the big stacker you want, and it just doesn't work out. I mean, like we talked about. I mean, they didn't have the right weapons. I mean, they were on just like the deagles and everything like that. Wolko was the only player with the rifle, but when you're walking into a trap like that, it definitely makes you shake a little bit in the boots for sure. But High Coast handle the pressure quite convincingly, and now it will be 1 more save round from RBG, but instead they're going to actually group up towards middle, so they're just going to hold the ground with the USPs. They're going to see what they can find. RCF able to take down a few more, but now just leaving it down to Wolfie. But at this moment, there's not much to expect. 8-4 now.
1 player removed. I'm doing a little bit of economy, which definitely it's on the ropes here for High Coast. Not too many mistakes could be made sitting around that 3-4K mark. Only 1 player on the 5K. Still, they've got the buy. A lot of players survived 4 of the 5. Big money around though for RBG if they want to get that convincing lead to get this half going. On the side of High Coast though, the comeback trains began. They've got 2 of those sort of confidence boosting rounds as well. Oh, they're going for the stack. They're going for the tower. It's Fnatic.
Oh, this is so sick. Unfortunately, nobody going to be close on by, but I love what they're doing here. And we'll just wait and see. I mean, RBG, they might try to change up their pace a little bit. And the thing with this is, I mean, there's so many players that are going for the stack. which allows RBG, if they wanted to play aggressive, they can get a lot of control, but you can see they actually didn't. So the only aggression they have is they're playing towards short, which will be Chop going to be actually boosted up. So this is a pretty good position to be in, but the double tower will fall. Hopefully we'll see High Coast try to use that strategy again.
It's like the Olympian gymnasts, just flexing all the different moves they've got. For my next trick, I'll balance 4 people on my head, and 2 for the case of RBG. You can see a lot of that at this level of play. Players that know every trick in the book. What trick is going to get High Coast into this round, though? The peek here coming out from Wiz. He's got Wiz out of there. That's going to be trouble.
Will be able to use the smoke to his advantage a little bit, but he actually will get saved. Walko able to help him out, and he actually gets the sprays through the smoke. So not what you want if you're going to be High Coast, but they are going to be able to get in the site. But can they find these frags? They need to pick up somebody. I believe Ben was able to spot a DJ, getting the blind kill now. But I don't know if he actually spotted this, so I don't know if he's aware that Wiz is close on by. He's just holding the wall, but it will not matter because Pwn alone takes him down before his death, and now just leaving it on a 2-on-2 situation. One player going to be in CT spawn. Walko, he's going to be pushing on through into A main, or A long, my apologies. They got the rifles, but they don't have a kit, so they need to go quick. The time is ticking. They need to find these players, and this is a good setup from High Coast. They're not going for anything yet. DJ going to peek wide, so now just leaving it to Ben by himself. Bomb is getting diffused. It's going on. Benny needs to find these frags. He's going to go for it. He has to get this, and he gets it. He gets it at the last second now, and High Coast survived the round.
That is what you call last second clutch plays coming in from High Coast. What turned out to be probably the worst bet they've had all season long. High Coast have turned it round, got themselves into this game. 8-5 scoreline. This is anyone's game now, lads.
It really is. I mean, at this moment, I mean, now RBG, again, they don't have any money. They got no investments. They got nothing. They're just relying on Deagles at this moment. So this statistically, theoretically, allows High Coast to potentially pick up this round. But man, Caster's curse or something, because look at this. It's just Deagle galore. And Chop, he takes down Bew, eats him alive, and now trying to look for another one. But Pwn alone does reply back in the great fashion that we know. He needs to come up with more frags. He's not going to get caught with that flash, but it will not matter. DJ now making it down to the 101, but the spray, it does work out. They secure the op as well, but my goodness, what a costly round for High Coast.
And what a noble effort there from RPG. We've seen that twice now, lads. We saw that P250 play pop off through connector. We've seen it again with the Deagles. It's almost like the coach for RPG said, hey, I want you to go into a deathmatch server all day for your day off and practice Deagle only. I think it might have actually happened.
I mean, you talk about the Deagles, and I mean, when we're at this high of a level in Premier, I mean, anything is possible. But I mean, we talk about the theory, and I mean, there is like the edge, of course, for the members with the rifles and things like that. But boy, oh boy, RBG, they really packed that round with a big punch. And now, I mean, this is the last round of the first half, of course. So, I mean, money just needs to be spent, but it came right down to that one-on-one, something you just don't always expect.
You really, really don't. And every single round here for Season 6 Esea Premier is going to be a nail-biter. That's what keeps you watching. That's what keeps these players playing as well. 2 ops are in play in the hands of Wiz, taking on his rival, Pwn alone. I want to see more 5-man stacks in the rest of this game. Overpass known for his funky boosts. Good util use, and going to be crucial here if RBG are going to hang on to this last round.
This is a good stack, so this allows people to actually get over. Oh no, but that Molotov, it catches him off guard. He's able to spray, but he's not able to land any of those frags. So now RBG, they have the player advantage. They're able to pick down or take down 2, making it a 4-on-3. But you can see Hex, he's down to only 2 HP. The bomb's still going to be in possession now for High Coast. Ben going to be leading this charge, coming through the tunnel. He might be able to find these players. Spots the head of Hex. He's able to take him down. Now the smoke going to come on through, going to block that vision. So allowing his teammates to get safely across. Op going to be in the hands of Wiz, but Ben, he might be able to catch these players off guard. There is still 2 flashes available for DJ, but he's actually going to fall. So now utility is completely depleted. Now it's just going to be relying on solely fragging power here for High Coast. And now survival mode.
Survivor mode ensues. 2 players though, looking at the damage. And 1 traps for the op. He's going to be all down to the up until he drops. His borderline getting absolutely poled by Chop. Chop's headshots. He's been chopping everyone's head off this game. I don't think we've seen him frag anything apart from a headshot.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a spicy jalapeno. My goodness. 9-6 RBG. They are able to secure a good lead by 3 now, as we are just waiting for things to go over into the second half, of course.
On that note, before we do send you, I believe, to a commercial break, just in between the next half of this second map of the best of 3. Hope you enjoyed things so far, and do stay with us. The second half is moments away here for the ESA premiere.
Yes, nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
Bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is Esea. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. Esea, the best way to play CSGO.
It's hard, you know. I just wish someone on my team would have told me. Apparently, I'm really not that good with this thing. Also, I die way too often in apartments. Seem to never have enough money on buy rounds. And flashed 4 teammates just yesterday. Wait, what? I didn't.
You did, Sean.
Oh. But I'm much better with the 5.7 than you are, Elias. And I got 34 entry kills last week. And I should actually be playing B-side. I'm much more useful over there.
What grade did you get this week?
I got a C. That's not too bad. Right?
Let's go.
Nope. Gotta go. If you want to know what you're good at, and, well, also what you suck at, check out csgohub.com. Coming!
To fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go. You take me high, you take me low. But I don't know.
All right, and we're back. Second half now going to be commenced for anybody just tuning in. Map number 2, RBG taking the first half 9-6. High Coast now going to be switching things over on that CT side. They have the map advantage now 1-0. Does RBG have what it takes to push this to the distance in map 3? You'll soon find out.
Just 47.6% on T side. You're going to take that pistol round. RBG going to need tomato some substance to take out those big guns of High Coast. 1 frag already being attained here by Butte. Butte's through with that though, back in, out of there, and just playing for the rest of the picks. And intel could be DJ's hands. DJ has been taken out, not like in his tracks.
Now going to be Pwn alone and Ben. They're going to be able to hold this down. They need to survive. Wait it out as long as possible. Their teammates, they're coming. The troops are coming to help, but it will be Pew. They're able to find one, able to get more, and now Ben able to take down the last. So the High Coast able to pick up that pistol round with absolute ease.
This is where things could start to slip a little bit for RBG. So inevitably, you've got to go on that save now. Or we're going to see that false from RBG. Caught them off guard in the sense of High Coast using it against RBG in the first map, but in this case, full save. Just a couple of wee flashes there for RBG. Looking to just get that bomb down here, lads.
RBG now, yeah, you can see they're running through RCF. He's going to be able to take down Walco, so that's a lot of information. But Ben, he's able to take down multiple absolute big collateral. And that's now going to be a 1-round difference. High Coast able to bring things back with 2-0 in this second half. Money now in possession from RBG. They can go for the rifles. The AK is a little bit of utility, allowing High Coast to use those weapons from the previous 2 rounds. If High Coast can pick up this round, this could really just turn this game completely around.
It really would start to cement things. The foundations, everything will be in place to set themselves up for a fantastic second half of the second map in this best of 3. Must win here for the likes of RBG if they want to keep themselves in this. High Coast starting to bring that A game in the latter portions of this matchup.
Yeah, this is the team that we definitely were talking about in the, we'll call it the analysis desk or the analyst desk in the early stages. But, I mean, this is, you know, a big test, and RBG have definitely been proving themselves and why they're here and why they deserve to be in this division, of course. And only 1 round difference now, so High Coast able to pick up that big pistol round, and Hex actually going to be able to find the heads of RCF. He was getting a little bit too adventurous. Now will be the boost from Hugh, but he's actually going to get taken down. So now they know exactly one more player at least will be at B, and RBG have been able to pick this part around single-handedly 1 by 1.
Disciplined saves from RBG, not risking anything at all for the biscuit. It's going to put them in that power position right now. But you talked about the MP9 and the great effect it can have. That molly was deadly as well.
Big molly, but DJ, he's able to find one, not able to find the second. Pone alone now, able to get the spray on through. He's got the MP9. Oh no, he needs to be careful. His back's completely looking the wrong way. Hex, you can see he's creeping on, but Pone alone, he thinks he's on the other side. But now Pone alone gets another opportunity, spots the head, going for the one taps, and he's able to win that duel on High Coast. They survive the bonus round, making it a tie game now. And RBG, they're going to have to go for the light purchase this time.
Impressive stuff there from Portaline. He looked like he was a tightrope walker at Cirque du Soleil there. Just getting his position in, finding his foot in the mud and getting it done. It's a tie game for us. RPG back on that pistol save, so starting to sweat now, I'd say.
I was really hoping that they were going to try to go for middle, go against RCF. I really wanted to see that op in action, but instead, RBG now going to be using the group up buddy system, the 4-1 inside a connector, so they will be able to get some mid control. A little bit more utility to burn. Putting a little bit more pressure against Pone alone, but it will not matter. RCF going to be close on by, but Pone alone, he's just completely mopping the floor of these players. And this is just falling apart for RBG. They're just not able to pick up any more frags except for the one. If they can take this next one, that's still going to be a little bit of a glimpse of hope in terms of burning that economy for High Coast. But they know exactly where he is, and oh my goodness, and he lands 2 shots! That's absolutely disgusting. How does he make it work? And now, things are getting a little bit more interesting, down to 15 HP. He doesn't have the bomb. It's completely in possession here for High Coast. But my god, Walco.
Walco, P250. God, for what it's worth in this server today. Who needs a deagle? I've got a P250, man. 2 versus 1. He's taking the long route. The spectator's view, if you will, and just have a look what's here. Hopefully, in 30 seconds, he can get those 2 frags, but that's a massive ask here. You can't miss a shot.
He hasn't made any noise at all, so I don't know if they're going to be expecting this. You can see RCF actually does read him, but now Ben by himself, 18 seconds remaining. Walco, can he single-handedly put this round? The ace clutch to bring it back. Bomb's going to be down. Ben, he just needs to hold this, but he's not able to make it work, and that's going to be an ace. Walco, you absolute monster, putting themselves 10-9.
It started with 2 P251 taps, and there it is, the infamous, oh my goodness, what just happened? We got aced with a guy with P250 and 15 HP, turning that round into something that should not have been a meal. We turned a loaf of bread into something to feed millions.
The absolute difference maker, Walco. Like you said, the fact that he was able to pick up the 2 frags inside in washroom, I cannot believe it. And I mean, even High Coast, they didn't really do anything wrong. They were just trying to get him down. They got a little bit on the hunting spree, but man, the hunters become the hunted. And now RBG have put themselves back in a leading position only by 1. But my god, a round that should have not gone their way. But Walco, he was doing a lot of work on map number 1, and he's definitely pulling that weight again on map number 2.
Memorable series this is going to be for the likes of RBG. Not just sensationalism, not just hyping this falsely. Watching this VOD over and over again, there's been so many great individual plays here, and hopefully some more to come. RBG just clambering their way into the lead here. This boost, though, from RCF, this counter boost, this is going to be messy.
They're not even really doing anything a little, holding a very tight angle. So you're going to be relying on that one shot. Actually gets the one, connects it. RCF able to get the spam. So they get that frag. They're able to take down a rifle. So they're aware there's quite a few players going to be at this B site. But DJ, he's able to find the head of Wolfie now. So High Coast have made it now into an advantage situation. 5-on-3. RBG now going to be putting on the sneakers. They're going to be running on through as fast as possible. Pone alone. He's got the FAMAS. He's got some utility to burn, but he's going to need to find these frags. He's completely blind. He's going to use the smoke to his advantage. Can he find this frag? Yes. He's able to get the one. He's trying to look for a little bit more. The bomb's an Optimus, and Pone alone, he's able to just play with them like the puppet master. Now just leaving it just to Chop and Wiz, and Chop going to be able to take down DJ with a big flank. They know that Pone alone is close by, but now it's just falling apart, leaving it to Ben by him lonesome, but the HP is very low. He's going to be able to hear both these players going for the big roundabout. They're going to be pushing on through into heaven, and Ben, he might not make this in time. He could potentially find it, but Chop, he's right on top of this. Look at this. Time is ticking, and Ben, he's still able to make it work. Is he going to go for the spam? Fakes the drop. He's able to win it! How does this happen from time and time again?
Dropping his pistol like it was a flashbang. The old simple trick with the fake weapon flash. It's going to work in this case. I'm not sure if it was that or the sound effect of it just hitting the water. Fantastic stuff there from Ben. Clutching things out, and we talked of individual clutch potential from player to player, from team to team. Another match pool's coming out. This is insane what we're seeing here today, lads.
The match to be watching. I mean, I know we were talking about this, during the break, and I mean, we were really excited for how things could go potentially with these two teams, and my God, they are absolutely delivering. I mean, tie game, we're on map 2. We see eco rounds going in the favors. I mean, we've seen everything. An ace clutch. What else is next?
I said it before and I say it again. Get the Lysol. Wash your hands. Both of these teams. Filthy plays we've seen here today for the ESA Premier. This is season 36. Both of these teams have been to battle in ESEA many times. But for this one, this is turning out to be an absolute bloodbath, lads.
Just a massacre. I mean, the amount of plays that we've seen from both teams is just absolutely phenomenal. It's everything you want. And look at that. Look at that spam with Ben. He's just able to throw a nice little HE, wraps the gift. Good night, Hex. You're out for this round, but we'll be the 4-4 now. The bomb going to be still in possession here for RBG, so no concerns there. And a little bit of a split play from High Coast, so they are putting a little bit more attention towards B. DJ actually going to be in connector control, so this is a good spot for him to be in. Very interesting setup here. RBG hitting the brakes a little bit more now, Kappa.
They are. They're pumping the gas and pumping the brakes too. Not too sure which direction to go full steam ahead in. So just gathering their thoughts. Wicked observation to both these teams. I'm really enjoying to see strategically how they're working these 4 versus 4s. Born alone, going to grab one though. Another as well for High Coast. It's 4 versus 2 all of a sudden.
Yeah, you can even see the last 2 players here where they were trying to go for the double boost, and this is a good play from DJ, just doing the jiggle P, getting that information. So now Wolfie's by himself. The lone wolf will not prevail, and now High Coast have been able to bring things back, getting the lead. It's like Knights of the Round Table. I mean, nobody wants to. Everybody's just fighting for this. Tooth and nail.
It's like that traditional, like in a cafe or in like a, so you say cafe in England, it would be like some sort of cafeteria, some sort of kitchen. Someone's given the arm wrestle. You go to arm wrestle, he's like, next. That seems to be every player in this lobby right now, trying to be the alpha, trying to get it done. Wolfie, this aggression. How would you expect that? Why would you expect that? 5 versus 4 immediately. RBG, they want back into this.
And you can even see that's where the MP9 does a little bit of damage, and now High Coast, they're getting a little bit too aggro, a little bit too hyped up from some of the plays winning the round, and all of a sudden now we're on a 1-on-2. Ben by himself. He's got to defuse it. He's still got some weapons to work with. He's going to take so much damage, and now Wiz, he knows exactly where this player is, but this is such a difficult position to be in. Ben, he has to completely gamble this, and this makes it even easier a little bit for Wiz because he can pretty much use the time, bait the clock as much as possible, but this is looking like the wrong read. Wiz, he's got a deagle. He's got one flashbang in his hand. Ben, he's going to be able to hold this bank. This is a good position for him to be in. Even now you can see Wiz. He's going for this.
He's going all the way. He's got all the HP in the world. He's got to have an idea as well. He's lit 90. Echoed through that voice comms. But the positioning, lads, is he going to realise?
Oh, this bomb plant positioning. No, that's not what you want to do. But Ben, he's able to get a free dinner. Wiz, he was definitely anticipating him to come through connector. He thought that he was going for the B stack, but instead Ben just going to be an investment banker and hanging out in there. And now we have a 2-round lead. High Coast, we haven't seen that quite yet. I mean, we saw before RBG, they were just taking this map by storm. And that storm is now slowing down.
Ben obviously got the Doge stocks, checking in with them. And 2 rounds separate High Coast and RBG. It has been a hot minute since we've seen that gap started to widen. And as it will be, how many times can RBG clutch themselves out of the jaws of defeat? That's the question. RBG, whatever you can do, I can do better. Is this peak going to work this time, lads?
Oh no, but RCF!
What?
Oh no! He completely reads him like a book and he takes him down. We're not able to see the angle, but my god, he was not expecting that. A little bit of a peekaboo will not harm you, but look at that. The triple stack does not pan out at all. They get the AWP back in their hands. But High Coast, they knew it was coming.
That is devastating. That's such a bad feels bad, man, for the morale of RBG. Still, though, fragging out. Will be chopped, waiting in for the trade. Over at Barrels, though, RCF. He's been here before. Are they going to check it?
Yeah, this is good because he actually didn't throw any utilities, so his teammates did. So they might not even check this angle at all. Look at this. The smoke is blocking it, but they might not expect him to be here. He might be able to be the element of surprise. He's spraying, but he's only able to take one. The advantage position doesn't work out very well, but it will not matter. The teammates, they're going to be able to help him back. 13-10 now, and it will be a bit of a grim moment here for RBG. They might just have to put it onto a light purchase. They don't have enough to go for the AKs, but they could go for the Force with the Gleals. Do they want to risk it at this point, though?
Oh, man. RBG. The first time they've been for that stack this half, lads. The first time. If anything's going to take the wind out of the sails, that will be it. RCF at an insult to injury. The boost with the AWP is looking like it's going to be the play of the game as it will. Getting that one frag to start things out. And I say play of the game, this could be that round to really swing things in their favor here. High Coast, the best coast right now. Another frag chimed in, lads. This is all but done, surely.
That's dirty. I mean, he uses that edge of the smoke, and he just catches Chop completely off guard, and now RCF gets a second frag with this AWP. RBG, they're completely stuck. Bunch of Ninja Turtles just hanging out in the sewers. They're not able to make anything work at all. And now even Hex takes down, or Hex is the last remaining player. He's just got a Tech 9. But they need to be careful. This is where we saw High Coast fall. The individual play that came through from RBG. Can Hex pull something big as well? It's a big glass to have, but he's able to take the one, able to take the second. No way we're seeing another attempt, but it will be RCF finally with the quad to take down that dream.
Trying to Tech 9 like it's 2013. Not going to happen in this case. Sure, been looking at those VODs and wishing and hoping it's back. No case here. 14-10, 1 point away from that match point is High Coast. The buy, potentially the final full Hail Mary buy from RBG to keep them in this best of 3.
All the eggs in the basket. This is definitely at RBG. They need to get something going this round. They need to make staying alive a little bit longer. They need to deny the play from RCF. He's been able to do a lot of great work, and even Pwn alone, he's actually just going to hold the M4 in his hand. He's not even going to have the AWP at all. Going to be able to escape a little bit, and he should be able to retaliate. His teammate, no, but he's going to be escaping. He might pick up this AWP now, gets it back in his hands. RBG down to 3. They're completely scattered. The bomb going to be in possession now. DJ, he's able to push on through. He's getting a lot of information, a lot of value for his team. But it will not matter because Walco, he's going to be able to take down Pwn alone now. And look at this. They're completely scattered all over the place. Every single player.
RBG, they might be able to dictate some more control of the map. Now that smoke is going to close off the angle at Bathrooms. 3 versus 3. We need to see some map control from RBG. They're getting outmaneuvered here by High Coast. Little do they know, they're on the flank already.
This is a big play. DJ, if he can find these frags, this is just going to make it even harder for RBG. They have the read. They're expecting him to be there. You should be able to get this trade. It goes for the peak now. So the last 2 remaining players going to be right in front of DJ. Gets the 1 easy frag. Now just down to Walco. Molotov going to be blocking that off, and it's completely roasting him.
Not like this.
A barbecue for High Coast. And now putting themselves at match and series point. 5 rounds to go from RBG.
Fall into a molly. Such a punch in the face for that online vibe. You're like, no, not the util, not to end it like this. 15-10, and that by then, Laz. 3 Galils. 3 Galils and 2... Oh, sorry. Yeah, 3 Galils and 2 AKs. It's going to be the final order here for RBG. Is that going to be enough to knock High Coast off the podium, though?
This has been a 9-1 half. High Coast have just been able to pull this CT round or CT half in their favor. So a tall order. Can the judge be in order? Ben going to be able to get out of that position. The smoke blocks it. RBG going to be a little bit caught off guard now. So View going to be able to hold this smoke, holding a tight angle. So now High Coast have lost 2 members on their squad, but RBG, they're not going too fast. View, he's looking through the corner of the smoke. He's playing on top of the site, but oh no, he's spraying, but he's not able to make any shots work. So now it's just down to a 2-on-4 situation. RBG are close by. They have to commit to this. They could fall back if they want, but oh no, it's completely crumbling, and DJ by himself, and that will be a round survived from RBG. They stem that bleeding. The Band-Aid is on there, but can it be enough?
Give him the adrenaline shot. They still got some energy. You talk about gas in the tank. They just stopped at the gas station. It's all right, boys. It's not going to be conking out just yet. The engine roars. 4 rounds separate them. RBG, that aggression that we saw, the perfect execute. Patience is needed, and those perfect trades. High Coast are leaving little room for error here, lads. Little room at all.
You can see they actually are going to work around the op, so they want to see what they can find, and they're going to go for the double boost.
The boost?
Oh, I like it. They're going to see, can he get across? He actually just misses that shot, but will get another chance to put that op to work. RBG now, a very slow round. All the pressure building up. They know that they need to survive. They have 4 rounds to go from pushing overtime. In this round, they know one op is available, but they don't know what else is available for High Coast.
Great creativity in the plays we're seeing from High Coast, especially on those ecos and those saves. Saying that, RBG with their boost as well. Looking at the map though, as you can see, full-on stack here from RBG, not taking any risks at all. They're going to get taken out by the op though, so that could be a thorn in their side. If they can check this corner too, Bathrooms, do they know it's occupied?
There's a little bit of utility as well. I mean, Ponolon, he does have some utility to burn, but that's going to be that. RCF going to be close on by, but he's just not able to land any of those deagle shots. So now just 2 remaining players. Will be Bew by himself. Flash going to go through, but now they're going to be rotating through. They're going to actually push into Ben. He's by himself, and he's going to keep on pushing. The little truck runs. He's able to find only 1 before he falls. So Bew by himself now, and actually RBG again. They're going to be able to backpedal. They still have plenty of time to go back for the rotate back into A site. And Bew, he's just going to keep on holding this and gamble a bit at this point. He might just try to save this op into the next round.
I was going to say, that's probably the best play for him there, just to keep that in his hands. And that can create a whole round. You saw it there, really. So much damage inflicted, and frankly, High Coast, unfortunately not to get an additional frag with the plays they did make. Just to note, I think it was an op at MP9 and a couple of deagles is all they had at their disposal, and somehow, some way, so much damage.
Yeah, and the fact that they can keep this op alive, I mean, the closest player is going to be Chop. I mean, at this point, RBG, there's no reason for them to go for the hunt. They have no idea where Bew is. There's no reason for them to go for it, so instead they will play it safe. Going to be picking up the bomb plant, and they're going to get that explosion, so they get the extra money. Making this 15-12 now. Money situation once again. I mean, I feel like we talk about the economy all the time. I mean, let's just, GDP and all that fun stuff. But I mean, nothing here for High Coast. The economy here is just not looking good for this coast.
there's nothing left in the bank. They've withdrawn all of their stocks. They've cashed them in, and the banker says, "No, sir, you're borderline bankrupt. The op is in play." That will be it, though. Literally, that will be it. The glass cannon, supported by USPs, not that default ideal buy. It's going to come into play immediately, actually, for both teams.
Even Walco just going to be hanging out on the slide. Going to get spotted from his foe. And actually now that's RCF. Look at this. He goes for the flank, but he's not able to make the shots work. The James Bond, he misses it. The knees are weak and the arms are definitely heavy because he's just not able to make a connect. And now a 3-on-2 situation. Ben and Bew going to be the last two remaining players. Bew has the op, but he gets caught off guard completely. But he gets a second chance at this. So he's going to be able to fall back, leaving it just down to Ben. Position completely compromised. Eats an HE for dinner, leaving it on the 1-on-3 situation. And RBG now have secured this B site.
I was going to say the two Bs were left, Bew and Ben. Only one survives, then it's going to be Bew again with that op. Is that going to be the sacrifice of, no, I'm not going for this, I'm taking this into the next round. And as it will be, he's holding that angle. So if you can get a little bit lucky that he has been, but the luck's going to turn. He's going to go towards next. The knife. Surely he's got to go for the knife here. The BM.
No!
Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. The BM, it's present.
Oh, the BM is absolutely real. And now we're back at a situation 15 to 13. We thought the High Coast, they could have, finished the wrapping, put the bow on, taken this thing, but now RBG, being the Grinch, could potentially steal this match. 2 rounds to go. Pressure built up now. The highest of pressure. All weapons across. Everything on the line. If High Coast don't pull this off, this could be pushing an overtime. But if RBG lose this, then of course High Coast take the 2-0. But I wouldn't say with absolute ease. My goodness, Kappa.
Spectacular plays. All 10 players that we've seen today. Kudos, VOD reviews, clips for days. Whatever you like, whatever takes your fancy for content, it's here for ESA Premier Season 36. This is coming right down to the wire. Really, the best use of the phrase here. Next, coming through like a freight train. RBG, they need to get Centauri to control and fast.
So now we see High Coast, they're able to pick up this first frag. So a little bit of a change that we saw before. RBG, they seem to be quite successful getting those opening duels. And High Coast were always the ones that were in the unfortunate situations. And now we'll have to see what else they have. I mean, they still have plenty of utility. They have a little bit of control of the map. They got connector control, so they're going to be able to get into mid. No players from High Coast going to be nearby. This picnic will just be the party of RBG. Now going to get in mid, going to be in washroom. And a bit of a turtle setup now here, Kappa from High Coast.
He's the turtle setup from High Coast, not giving anything away for free. No weapon, no frag, no damage at all. And 50 seconds to win it all here, really, for RBG and for High Coast. High Coast looking to take this away. Detain RBG from any attempt at a comeback here. Everything is on the line. Every single effort they put in today, is it going to be a waste of time for which team? 20 seconds, Laz. No mistakes. No mistakes.
Nade's going to come on through, so DJ, he's actually going to be behind, but Pone alone, he's just going to hold the angle of the Molotov, but DJ, he's just having a fun old time, and he's able to take down 3, making it 4, and that's going to be that. It will be High Coast to take this thing 2-0.
What on earth did we witness? This is by no means a final. This is regular season, only the beginning of the season for Season 36 that you just saw. Spectacular showing, and it might have been a 2-0 in this series. But let's put the facts straight where they should be. Both teams turned up today, Laz, and put their try-hard pants on. Fact. Absolute fact.
Honestly, like, what a great game for us to come back to. I mean, it's been a little while since we've been in CS. And, I mean, what a great way to have it. I mean, High Coast, I'm really excited to be casting these guys again. RBG, like I said, a really great team. And definitely showing why. And, I mean, the fact that we had 2 games that went right down to 16-13s, man, it could have just gone either way.
it could have gone either way, and that is what you can expect from the rest of the season for what hopefully will be casting for you in the next upcoming months. So please do feel free to give us a follow at Cup of Frag on socials for me, and at Laz_TV, as you'll see under both of us. Obviously, you'll see it for the Esea Premier streams as well. But that's almost a speechless one for the first game back. So intense. I need a nap. I need time out, coach.
Yeah, I mean, this is Counter-Strike, right? And it just, everything can go, and there's so many different variables. And I mean, that's exactly what we saw there. And I mean, High Coast, I mean, we would consider them a big favorite, of course, and they're pushing for the pro spot. They're undefeated right now. And I mean, RBG, I mean, this early on in the season, the fact that they went, I mean, very two close games, I'm expecting some pretty big things from them.
Yeah, they went toe-to-toe with a reigning finalist from last season, and you mentioned on the brink of Pro League, and I think we could be seeing RBG up in those high rankings as well. Big expectations, and that ace. Let's not forget about that ace that we saw with the P250 there. Disgusting stuff in this game, and it was an absolute pleasure to cast.
Yeah, thank you everybody so much. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show, and like I said, apologies for some of the technical issues. It was a little while since I had to do some of the production stuff, and multitasking at its finest, of course. But thank you so much, everybody, once again. Thank you, ESL and ESCA, for having us here. We're very excited to hopefully do some more. If you guys did enjoy us, make sure to throw us a follow. As you can see, where is my finger? Right here. The other guy on the side. We definitely appreciate it. Love to hear back from the community. But that will be that from us tonight, with the 2-0 sweep from High Coast. But we will be back next Wednesday to see which teams we will be here on the stream. But any final words, Kappa, before we end things off tonight?
Make sure you give ECA a follow on Twitter so you're keeping up to date with everything to expect. But until next week, take it easy, guys, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.